from Atlanta, Georgia, it's At Home with AJ. And now, your host, Anthony S. and Jasmine.
I like that music.
Yeah. Makes you want to dance.
Yes, sir.
I saw a little turn you did
Look
on me.
at you, babe. Looking all fly.
Girl, you know how we do.
That's your word.
You know how we do.
Fly.
I worked on this last night trying to get the wardrobe right.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another edition of At Home with AJ. My name is Anthony S.
And I am Jasmine. And we are so glad to be here another again.
Another one. We getting it in.
Oh, yeah, babe.
We getting it in. Wow. Everyone's talking about the show.
I know.
People are calling.
That's a good thing.
They said, how can we get on the show? I said, well, let's check the calendar. We're kind of booked solid.
Oh, we're doing real good. And we're so glad that you all are out there watching.
Yes.
But we really need you to subscribe.
Subscribe.
When you go to YouTube, just please look for that little button on the bottom that says subscribe. That helps out a lot with what we're doing here.
That's right.
Shout outs, babe. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Dan Atherton. He had his surgery and came through with flying colors, and we are so glad.
Yes,
Dan, we're glad you're doing good, and can't wait for you to get back behind those drums with Atlantic Star.
Our prayers was with you, Dan.
I know that they're looking for you.
Mm-hmm. Who they put in this place?
I don't know. Who can replace Dan? That's the drummer. I'm trying to tell you.
Not sure. I got a couple of guys in mind, but I don't know.
No.
Guys,
Don't worry, babe. Nobody's taking your place.
Dan, you got your spot, baby. Okay. I would have came in and filled in for you. You know what I'm saying? I know how to kick it a little bit, something like that,
Yeah,
But hey.
But once again, we just want to say, hey, that's great. We're glad you're doing better. And we'll see you here on At Home with AJ real soon.
Real soon. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You had any more shout outs?
No, I just wanted to say hey to Dan.
Hey, Dan, we'll see you soon, buddy. I got a shout out. I want to shout out to a very good sister friend of mine. She is in radio. She is on television. She does it all. Renee Miller. Shouting out to Renee Miller, good buddy of mine for 19 years. She's done so much and she's still doing it. Check her out every day. She's doing those numbers. She does a lottery. Channel 2.
Oh, that's my girl.
You know who she is, Renee Miller. Shouting out to Renee Miller. And I also want to shout out to another young lady, inspirational gospel singer, Carla Jones. You're going to see Carla back on the show again, doing her thing.
Oh,
You're going to see her at the Summer Jams, too. Summer Jams is coming up this summer. So you'll look up for Carla Jones, inspirational. She's awesome. Shout out to you, Carla.
Summer Jams coming in June.
Summer Jams is coming. Mm-hmm. Y'all get ready. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, babe.
You going to sing?
Sure. I can't wait.
All right. We can do a duet,
I'm ready to duet with you.
We can duet together. Okay? You never blow my little horn,
Come on, babe. Tell me, what's the good news?
The good news. Wow. Well, I tell you, I'm not going to even read it from my phone. I'm just going to say it.
Say it.
We all know about the troubles that Bill Cosby has been going through. Okay? Everyone's talking about it, talking down, not believing, thinking that he did this and that. Well, he was exonerated. They dropped the charges. Okay? They had dropped all the charges on Bill Cosby.
Yes, shout out to Bill.
Shouting out to Bill. Okay, no matter what y'all thinking, there's nothing going on right now but the rent. Bill Cosby is a free man. The only thing right now that I'm concerned about is let's get all of his music, all of his TV shows, let's put it back on television. Let's put Bill back where he belongs. Shouting out to you, Bill. God bless you. We love you, man.
We love you.
We was on your side all the way.
Always did and always will.
Bill Cosby, back on the block.
Good news.
Good news.
Great news.
Fabulous news.
And now what do we got for Ask AJ?
Well, I gotta put these on.
Those are mine, babe. Oh, those are yours.
No, these are mine.
I need mine.
Here's yours. You gotta put your name on yours. You know how glasses look alike.
They look alike, we talk alike.
Times we even squawk alike. You can lose your mind.
Oh my goodness. That's going
sorry
back
about you.
too far. Too far.
We taking it back to Patty. That was actually the theme from the Patty Duke show. Blame that on you know what?
I know.
We didn't even say hello to little Anthony.
I know.
He was hiding behind you.
Here he is.
Everybody, little Anthony.
Little Anthony.
And as we said before, Little Anthony has his Facebook page going right now. So y'all shout out Little Anthony, send him a cartoon, send him something, let him go down memory lane. He's got a great Facebook page. He's got everything on it.
He was sitting back in a cut. I tell you what, go to his page and take a look, and if there's anything missing, if there's one of your favorite shows missing or a favorite cartoon, we want you to add it.
Add it, yeah.
You know?
Yes. I mean, we got everything that we can think of. Little Andy can think of. I mean, he went back to Supercard. Who remembers Supercard? Raise your hand.
I know it's Space Ghost.
Absolutely. Space Ghost, yeah.
Yeah. But do that, and he'll really enjoy that, and
That's
so
right.
will we.
That's right. All right. We got a few Ask AJ questions. Ask AJ is a segment of the show where we get to respond to our fans. So they're writing into us. We've got a couple of questions.
You want to go first, or you want me?
Well, I'm a gentleman. Ladies first.
Ladies first.
You can go ahead and read it.
Okay. Hi, AJ. My name is Sharon from New York. And my question is, how did you come up with the concept for your show? Great question.
Wow.
We were just sitting around.
It was one of them things. You want to tell it or you want me to?
I'm going to tell the truth.
Tell it like it is, baby.
We were
How did we do this?
sitting up in bed one night, talking about it. I'm just going to put it out there. And Anthony just said, hey, babe, why don't we start a talk show? Just like that. Just out of the blue, and...
Well, actually, it was a little bit more than that. We actually had so many different ideas that we didn't know where to put those ideas. So I said, you know what? Why don't we just create a talk show so we can push our ideas and talk about our ideas through the show at the same time, help other people push their ideas.
That the show would be a vehicle for all the other the ideas that we were coming up with. Right,
and that's actually how it started. And it's just a matter of, well, then we talked about, where can we do it? Where can we have a show at? How can we produce a show? So we said, you know what? We have a beautiful home. We can produce it right here. It's as simple as that.
And I got to thinking, I said, it's not as hard as it seems. We can actually do this with the help of social media and YouTube.
Yep.
We put this thing together, and here we are.
We asked our friends to help us. We have people out there who do love us, and they came to they ran to us and said, hey, we're on your side. We're here for you. If there's a need, we are there. So we came up with AJ, and actually to clear the air up, everyone's calling thinking that the show is named after me.
They call it Anthony.
They call it
AJ.
Anthony. They call it myself AJ. AJ is the first letters of our name, Anthony and Jasmine.
Yes.
So I had to put that out there.
It's so funny because everybody, when people are talking to me, they said, well, what does AJ think about that?
Right.
And I'm like, well, we think that it's okay.
Okay.
But
so AJ stands for Anthony and Jasmine. So we decided to call the show, since we're going to have it in our home, we said, well, let's just call the show At Home with AJ. And that At Home with AJ was born. And here we are.
Mm-hmm.
13 shows in, man.
I know. I love
Wow.
it, babe. And oh, here we go.
Okay.
Well, that was a great question, Sharon, and we thank you for it. And you can write in, you can send in more questions. We don't mind. Repeats.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, different questions, same person, different questions.
I mean, if you're thinking about doing what we're doing, anything is possible. Just sit down and really think about how you're going to produce something. Don't just throw it out there like that. Really plan it. We didn't just throw it out there, although we're giving you the shorter version.
Yeah.
But it took a minute for us to really get it all together, from cameraman to sound to lighting to everything. Everything counts, from the way the show looks, the way the show is designed, the concept, the way it feels, the way it looks. All that is important to make a great show, so people can look at it. If they don't like what they see, they're not going to look at it. So it was important that it looked good, appealing, it looks smart, it looks sexy, it looks everything that you want. So that the viewers can look at it, because if they don't like it, 10 seconds, they'll turn it off.
And interesting guests.
Interesting guests.
No.
You got to find people that you want to put on your show, okay? So,
Okay, babe.
we have another question from a young lady by the name of Keisha. And she says, "Hi, AJ. My name is Keisha."
Where she's from?
And she's from
Dunwoody, Georgia.
And my question is, I'm starting up a bakery-type pastry business. Oh, cool. I'll be calling you, Keisha.
Sweet Tooth.
Okay. And I would like to be on your show. How can I get on your show?
Oh.
Jazz, how does one get on
Well,
our show?
send us an email to anthonyjasmine5659@yahoo.com, and we will get you a date,
Yes,
Keisha. We would love to have you on here, and make sure you bring some of those sweets with you.
please
Because
do.
this man right here got a sweet tooth
Please
for
do.
you, okay?
Okay. Please bring it.
Mine is not that bad itself. I got a small one, but
Yeah, right.
his is huge.
Okay. So, what else we have?
Our guest tonight, babe.
Who do we have coming up in here this evening? Is it who I think it is?
Well, our next guest, our guests for tonight are 4 women. Well, we have 3 this evening.
Right.
One couldn't make it,
Okay.
but we have 3 women who wrote a great book, a great children's book. And one of them just happens to be my cousin. I'm
Alright.
very proud of her
All right.
and her friends.
Yes.
And they are called the Women of 3Evoke. And we welcome them to At Home with AJ.
Thank you. Come on out here. See you. Women of 3Evoke is here. Yes, they are. Ladies. Wow. Look at y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, the women of 3Evoke is here.
Well, have a seat, ladies. And you want to get that mic right over there behind you.
Grab that mic behind me.
Yeah, little Anthony, he loves women.
He likes to be held.
Right,
so
well, he's
somebody
right
hold
spot
him.
then.
Somebody hold little Annie.
Got him.
Okay. We all can fit on the couch here. We slide a little.
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Just
We need to
just
slide
a
over
touch.
this
Just
way.
a touch. There you go.
Yeah,
Got it?
there we go.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
So, ladies,
Wow.
welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for, first of all, thank you for clearing your calendar. I know that you guys are busy. You're doing all kinds of things, book signings and whatever. Thank you for spending time, taking time out of your busy schedule to come to our show. We appreciate
always.
you.
Always.
Pleasure's ours.
Now, before I ask the big question, I want you to introduce yourselves to everybody.
Well, I am Marquetta.
I'm Yolanda.
And I'm Vonda.
Vonda. And Yolanda is my cousin, who I am very proud of.
Thank you. You're so sweet. And we also need to mention our 4th member, Lauren.
Yes, yes.
Lauren wasn't able to make it this evening,
Right.
but
Hey, Lauren.
she's
Hey,
here
Lauren.
in spirit.
We get
And
to you next
our
time.
prayers are with you, Lauren.
Yes.
And we will get to meet you. You will be back. You guys will be back.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, my next question to you guys. Tell us what 3Evoke means.
Yeah, I wanted to know that too. What does 3Evoke mean?
3Evoke. We our mantra is that we want to encourage, express, and engage our youth. Everything we do surrounds youth and encouraging them and evoking them to do positive things in their lives. So we took the 3 E's, and evoke is kind of like the fourth because we're trying to push them toward excellence. So again, everything is about youth, encouraging them, empowering them, and enabling them to be good stewards in the world.
I like
Wow.
that.
Be the
What
best
a
of them.
concept.
Right.
The best that them
Yes,
that
absolutely.
they can be. I like that.
So what made you, or what gave you the thought to even write this? What inspired you to write this book here?
To write the book.
What happened?
Well, we're ladies, 4 ladies, so you know what we do best. Gab, 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 gab. We met in corporate America, and then Vonda and I met in corporate America. Marquetta and Lauren are great friends from forever. So we would get together and talk about current events, pop culture, just all type of issues, but we always came back to talking about youth and how different things in the world impacted our youth. So we decided at one point to just start, instead of talking all the time, actually doing something. So in our quest to try to determine what we wanted to do, Lauren started talking about single parent homes and how to encourage our kids to see the positivity. Just because you may have one of your parents missing in the home,
Right.
you still have other great people around you that encourage you and help you and all of that. When we're younger, even when we're older, we don't think about the different people that impact our lives daily. And
Right.
so from there, she and Vonda got together. We tagged along. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Yeah.
You
And then we started writing the book. And then we wanted to also be inclusive of everyone, but actually make sure that our children, African American children, see themselves in print and in a positive light, and see that they have, again, different types of great people around them. And then in this book, we kind of let the character focus on the great men that are in their lives, because at the time that we first came together, there were a lot of things going on in the media that kind of had men in a not so great light. But we always talked about how, no, there are a lot of great men out here doing great things, and they don't get the focus that they deserve. So in the book, we focused on the men that assist parents who have single parent homes.
Well, that's what I loved about the book. And we are talking about this great book that she's holding in her hands, and it's called
Just as Special.
Just as Special. That's what I really liked about the book, how the child realized that he had good people in his life, good men in his life.
Yes,
That's a
absolutely.
great message.
Because it's kind of like Yolanda said, even as adults, we don't really realize the people that we have on a day-to-day basis. I know for myself, just to think about it, like reading the book as an adult, thinking, gosh, you know what? I would have never really taken the time to think about this person who might be a coach, how they may be impacting my child or somebody else's child. They're just doing their job, but it means much more than that.
Yeah. Do you know how this could affect someone psychologically? Thinking that you had something missing in your life for so long just because your dad wasn't there or your mom wasn't there or you were an only sibling. That book is so inspiring. I really, really, really love it.
Well, that was the whole goal. The whole premise behind writing the book is that we wanted children to identify themselves and say, I'm not so bad off. I'm not, even though my dad's not there, that's okay. I have my uncles, I have my coaches, I have all of these great people who love me and are willing to do anything for me. We wanted them to focus on those men who actually empower them to do great things, so that we achieved what we aspired to do.
I'm almost in tears. And being an aunt of 1 million
Yes.
children,
You do that.
Drink to that.
even it can affect even people like me. Being that uncle or that aunt or that friend, or feeling appreciated. It just sheds a light on all of that.
Oh,
Do you
definitely.
really
That's some of the
realize
feedback
that?
that we've gotten. We've gotten a lot of feedback like that from grown men who said that Mason, our main character, was them. They were like, that was me growing up. And yeah, you're right. I had the coaches and the teachers and the neighbors and everyone who looked after me. But then, like you said, also feeling as the uncle and the big cousin or the grandpa who helped out, you go, okay, somebody is appreciating the things that we do.
Even though they may not say it.
Times have changed since we were kids. And I remember I was fortunate to grow up in a two-parent home, okay? And, very tight-knit two-parent home. And I had a lot of my family, like my father's sisters, which was my aunts, or my mother's sisters, which was my aunts, or uncles or whatever. And so when they went home, they would come over and babysit. Somebody was going to come over and babysit, So I was very fortunate to have that support, growing up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't imagine not having that back then. But see, things have changed. The roles of a parent has changed. Life has changed in general, which made people change the way they think about life.
It's like they forgot all about that. It takes a village.
The village, absolutely.
And we really need to come back to that.
There's a lot of single parenting right now, more than ever. I'm not sure why. That's just how things turned out. It has to do with, it starts with the whoever was raising the child. Could be the couple, let's just say, or it could have been whoever, and there was some type of misunderstanding in that family, some type of dysfunctioning stuff going on, which split the family apart. So somebody had to come in and take responsibility.
Well,
and kick in.
I would say that's a whole nother show.
But that's what happened.
But to go about what you're saying,
that's what happened.
Even
in a nutshell.
Even in our book, we didn't necessarily focus on why the parents aren't together, because for the child, it's really not important.
And it wasn't bad either, because the dad was really in his life to some degree, right?
Well, we don't say. Even with the mom, we left that kind of open because there are many reasons why a parent wouldn't be in the home. So even though the mom says you do have a father and he loves you, but he left great people, well, that could also translate to a child whose father just passed away, or a child whose father is in the military, not just a father who's left. So we left it that way so that it could translate across many situations.
And it's really not that important. Like
And
you said,
it's not.
why
We didn't want that to be the focus.
And we did not want that to be the focus. We wanted the focus to be on Mason and his discovery of all of the great people who he had, who had been there for him, and allow other people to see their roles in that same situation. Even if you're a neighbor, you still may have that role to a child, and you really don't realize that that's your role.
That's why this is so good. It points all that out. For everybody involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we were discovering as we were writing, because like you were saying, parenting is so different now because even when you're in a two-parent household, your neighbors are looking out for you. They're watching you. They're, back when we were younger. So our neighbors always had tabs on us. The older kids in the neighborhood were looking out for the younger children.
We had a designated neighbor or two when I was growing up on my block, and they had the permission to discipline.
Absolutely.
They had the permission. But nowadays things have changed. I don't want to go there, but you know what I'm saying. But back then, when the parents went to work, the neighbors watched us. They really did. There was a designated neighbor or two that would watch X amount of children on the block.
Yeah.
And they had permission to do as well.
And if they disciplined you, you had to, when your parents got home, they
did
got
it
Another
again.
dose. Right. Another dose.
So
Everybody
when they had to do what they had to do, and they didn't want to do it, but they had permission to do it, the discipline. Then you had to get it. Then when you got home, you had to do it all over again. Right. So if you were smart, you would just straighten up and fly right the first time.
Mind your P's and Q's.
Just because you're gonna get it when you get home. You know it. You know.
Yeah.
So many times I would come in the house just crying before I even walk in, trying to get some sympathy.
Well, you knew
Trying
your mom and dad already knew what had happened.
Trying to get some sympathy, and it didn't work.
No, it wasn't supposed to.
It didn't work.
Or you
It was. You should see me. I was pitiful.
That only made it worse.
You should have seen me.
You said it made it worse.
But you know
right.
what? But you know what? It made me the man I am now.
Right.
The discipline made me who I am today.
Yeah, and we need that so badly today. We really, really do.
We need love. We need to get back to, letting our children be children, loving them and supporting them and showing them that, hey, what we're teaching you now is going to go a long way
Oh yeah.
in your life and in your future for everything that you have to do.
I think Yolanda said something that was really important to me. Allowing your children to be children. There's so many avenues and so many things with social media and all these electronics, everything that will not allow them to be kids. They're growing up much faster than we all did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they
very
don't know
different.
what going outside and playing is
Exactly.
anymore.
Climbing a tree,
It's
playing in the dirt.
this. It's
And
this
I
right
think
here.
that also has
That's all it is.
changed the fabric of how we raise our children now. And so even our book, I think that brings that back a little bit and then incorporates the entire community. As you said, it takes a village to raise a child or to assist in raising children. We need to bring that fabric back in order to make the great men and women that we will have. I'll keep it positive because we will have them, but the men and women that we saw in the past. So
Oh
Right.
yeah, because they're here. They're still around.
yes,
We're just not calling on them like we used to, and their roles. They're not taking on those roles like they used to because the children have changed a little bit. Something.
Well, now Big Mama is 36.
Thank you.
So,
She's still growing, right?
that puts a different spin on it now. You know what I mean?
Oh
So,
my gosh.
but there also has to be a level of accountability also. As parents, you don't come into this, you don't have a child with a manual. They do not give you a manual. They give you a manual for everything else you go to the hospital for, but they don't give you one for raising children. Nor do they give you things that you may encounter. And I think things like that will assist Big Mama in her when she tries to help raise her grandchildren.
First, she's got to realize that she's Big Mama.
Amen.
right.
And she still thinks she's little sister.
Yes.
She's only 36. So 36 is kind of young.
Who was the
Still dropping like it's hot.
who was the who designed who was the artist? Because that's a
Isn't it
that's a
beautiful?
really
Oh my
well done.
gosh.
Who designed the cover for you? Who did that?
Colette Robbins. She is a freelance artist, and typically she does things like comic books.
She does comics, and that's her niche, comics and fairy tale type.
Her name is Colette Robbins.
Colette Robbins.
Shouting out to Colette Robbins.
Hey, Colette.
Hey, Colette.
She typically does fairy tale type artistry as well as comic and those type of things. She loves Disney characters. I have to plug that.
Is she based here? Is she based here in Atlanta?
She is based here in Kennesaw.
Okay.
She's here in Kennesaw, but she just brought our ideas to life.
Her graphics
We just
are
gave
great.
her
Oh, she's wonderful.
basic information. We want her hair up in a ponytail. We want him to have a hoodie on, and she took our basic information and brought it to life like this. So
It's just
she's
very awesome.
phenomenal.
Because looking at the child, the emotion on his face. How do you draw
She
that?
captured
Right.
How do you
all
draw
of
that? You know what I'm
She
saying?
captured a lot, and then she also captured the mood through the colors on the
Yes.
pages. So
Right.
you can see the transition through as he discovers different things, the changing of the colors. And I mean, she did a wonderful job with just listening to, like I said, minimal detail.
Right.
Minimal.
Yeah, she detail and took the story. Just
Right.
took her words and the cutest, the greatest pictures ever.
It is.
that she-
Now tell me something. Are you going to do this book for different ethnic groups?
Eventually we will. We would like to get it translated in Spanish.
Okay.
To start. So it is something that we may be looking to do in the future, but just not right now.
But you know you can do it for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's this book. The message is for everyone.
It transcends.
Well, it
across all
needs to
groups.
be in the schools.
Really.
Yeah,
I feel it needs. I feel it needs to be in the schools. I mean, I'm just thinking psychologically, it'll make an impact. But I know there's a whole lot of. It could be a lot of political behind that. But I feel it needs to be in schools.
Yeah, we have embraced the idea, and we've actually gone into schools, and we had started off with a book signing, of course, last March, and then we've been into schools. We've done things with Chick-fil-A. We've done readings. So, and we're gearing back up now. This is Black History Month.
Oh yeah.
So, gearing back into the whole realm of reintroducing the book to the public again, and as well as just encouraging parents to pick up our book and books in general, because one of our goals too is literacy, is in family literacy, making sure families have the ability to read and write and pass those things on to their children, because that's where your power is. If you you know, you can read, you can decipher things, work through things. And starting off with your rising readers, a great picture book, words, and getting their language and vocabulary increased with reading.
Well,
So-
I'm going to put it out there. It's a great book, and it really should be in all the schools, libraries.
Libraries.
I think it should be
Personal libraries. Everyone,
oh
every
my
child should have a
goodness.
personal
Yes,
library.
yes.
Library in the home. And you can, if you don't have one, please start with just a special.
and how do we get this book?
Oh, well, let me tell you.
Matter of fact, that was a question that little Anthony asked us to ask you.
Oh,
So-
well, little Anthony, let me tell you.
Okay.
All right, so you can find us, you can email us at E3Voke, that's E3Voke, at gmail.com. You can get us on our website, www.3evoke.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter, so if you do the facebook.com/3evoke, twitter.com/3evoke. We're also on amazon.com, barnesandnobles.com. We are on iTunes. I mean, if you need a PDF format, however you need it,
We
have
got
it.
it.
Okay, and how much is this book? What's the cost?
Well, right now we have them for $10. So
Okay.
our
It's a
our
steal.
soft cover book, and then we do also have a hardcover that you can get at Barnes and Noble
and Amazon.
and Amazon.
It's a hard
Yes.
cover. I know that is
Yes.
a little harder to make. Is that a little more in the price, or is
Yes.
it the same?
Yes.
This is a
I
little more
figured it
pricey.
might be $1 more too.
Yes,
Yeah.
and don't let it discourage you being a little more priced, because you do need these for your, for your
your
library.
Right, they stand better.
Def- right.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, and it's just
Absolutely.
It just speaks to you, the colors, and I would want to get the hardcover. I really
would
like
too.
that.
Very inviting, isn't it? Look at those smiles.
We would want you to purchase.
Well, once again, I know you went through it quickly, but do it again. Let's let everybody know once again how they can get the book.
All right, so get that pen and paper out. You can get us at www.3evoke.com. That is our website. You can email us at e3voke@gmail.com. Twitter, Facebook, what else did I say? Amazon,
Amazon.
barnesandnobles.com, iBooks,
eBay.
yeah, eBay, or you can call us.
Right.
404-937-9991. Call us. I'll send you one out personally.
And we'll all sign it if you ask. All you have to do is ask, and we'll sign it off for you.
Wow, you can't beat that.
No. And also call us because we do readings,
Right.
we come and speak. So definitely let us know if you need us to handle some of that for you as well.
I know, because it's great. It's great conversation. I mean, look what we talked about, so many different subjects regarding this book, and
It's interesting when you're speaking or reading the kids who interact with you.
Yeah.
Now that's the one thing that really resounded with me as we were doing our readings, how the kids will say, well, I have a grandpa and he'll take me fishing sometimes. So the interaction with the kids when we do the readings is just, it's priceless.
wow.
Priceless.
But just like it inspired different conversations between us, that's what the book is really meant to do. It's supposed to be a vehicle to open the door for a conversation about not only this, but, you know, other things. So, I mean, it's a proven point right here.
And I see in the future, not just for little boys, young men, but for young ladies also. I see something coming down the pipe.
in the works for that.
It's the same. It works the same. It's the same thing.
We
I
do.
mean,
We have a different type of book in mind for our little women to
Okay.
be. So we are working on that as well.
I like how you put that little women instead
Little
of little
women,
girls.
yeah.
They're little
yeah.
girls, but they're also, you know,
They're
women.
little women.
They're little
Right.
women. Yeah.
It's like these are young men.
So that's coming.
Yes,
Yes.
it's coming.
The names of the characters in the book are like the three characters here. What are their names?
We have Mason, Carter, and just Mom.
Just mom.
Just mom.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Mom.
Just mom.
Mason, Carter,
Mason,
and Mom.
Carter's mom.
Carter is Mason's older brother. And we also explore the assistance older children have in rearing their younger siblings. So that was important primarily to me because I am the youngest of many. So everyone had a chance to that opportunity to raise me. So I thought that was important as well to show that dynamic of how older children also take on responsibility in raising their younger siblings. So
Yeah, that's why I thought it would be really important for those children who are only children, you know?
yeah.
Or
Really?
an only child.
That's what I meant. So only
Yeah.
children, only child.
I know
child.
what you meant.
Yeah, but
Fabulous.
It's a great read too. And it's an easy read.
it really is.
Especially for young kids. It's an easy read.
Well, I want a copy, and I want a signed copy.
Okay. We can handle
I
it
want
for
a
you.
signed hardcover,
Hardcover.
All right.
Yeah.
signed by all three of you.
Okay.
Have you guys reached out to Oprah?
We've reached out to a couple of people. Not Oprah yet.
What are you
We've
waiting
reached
for?
out to a couple of people.
I
a
think
good
I think
question.
she would love.
You know,
She would love
no
this.
answer.
You heard
You
it
know
from.
what? Send her a
Good
copy.
question.
Just
have no-
just
Send it to her.
send her a copy.
Send it to her.
Send a copy to her
You know what?
people.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that this week.
Okay. That is
And you know,
I'm on
she's
it.
gonna say, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah,
Where's
when
this
she
been?
needs it. And guess what? You know, we're always on Facebook. So Dame Alice Walker has just joined the Facebook family.
Has she?
Yes, she has, and she's asking for feedback from people, and conversation, and I think it's really her.
You because I was saying, is it
Yeah,
her
I think
or-
it's really her.
Wow.
really.
Yeah, so
Okay.
check her out. Try to friend her before a million other people do.
Have you guys friend? You're a friend?
I had, yeah.
Okay.
So check her out before you can't do it.
We're on Facebook 24/7. We could be up at
Okay,
6
Miss
o'clock in the
Walker, we
morning.
coming.
We're checking people out.
Okay.
So go ahead.
yeah, you're right because you do have to stay very, very active with the social media and
Use it.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
it's
we
there.
out there. We
Like
we
I said,
get
it's-
tweets
it's-
in and all that.
This
good
is a different
stuff.
world we live in now. You know, when we
Yes.
were coming up, there was nothing like this. There was no social media. Social media was just talking to your neighbor. That was social
Well,
media.
yeah, that was that's the
Absolutely.
best social
Word-
media.
Word to word on the phone, or whatever, or going
Your
outside,
landline.
you know, or you know,
2 cans and a string.
as you're hanging clothes. Hey neighbor, hey, what's going on? You know, so kids today now, you know, they don't even go outside and play. They're on their device doing this all day.
Chicken, Snapchat,
You know,
And all of
all that. They don't understand what it means to actually go outside and learn about life.
Well, I think it also
know.
affects social skills
Mm-hmm.
because that's how, if you remember, that's how we all learned social skills. We learned how to go up to
outside.
people and say, "Hey, do you want to play?"
Mm-hmm.
I have
Right.
kids, and my kids, well, not all of them. Some of them are afraid to do that because they don't go outside and
Or-
interact.
They don't know
with-
how.
Or say, hey, can I play with you?
Yes.
You know,
Yes. It's,
and that's what we have to
Making
do.
friends.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna
making
say
You have to
real
make friends.
friends.
Yeah, 'cause-
Especially when you move into a new area. You're new. You're the new kid on
or
the block.
school, or just going up
No
to
one
the new
knows you.
new kid in school, or whatever.
We had to physically say, hello, can I be your friend? You know, it's like, well,
Wow.
can I be accepted in this group?
This can have really
Can I
great.
sit down and have lunch with you guys?
right.
You know?
Affects all
The
of that.
consequences
Even
is
health and fitness. Yolanda's forte.
Well, no, and when you say go outside, we don't do it anymore as adults. You know,
Right.
we don't go outside. We don't. I remember when I growing up, my dad took us outside, and you know, we rode bikes and we did all type of stuff, even with the parents on our block. So we don't go out and play softball, or you do.
I get out and
Yeah.
play kickball with the kids.
I do.
Yeah, like
good.
that. You know,
Good.
we don't do it, so we don't even encourage them to do it. You don't.
Nah.
I'm
You
the
have
big
to
kid.
start.
Okay.
I'm the big kid in the group.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we do again engaging our children, because once you start engaging them, they'll open up.
Right.
They'll start talking. They'll ask you questions, and you know, I'm sure we all know that.
so. Are we creating introverts?
I
To
would
a
say
degree.
yes.
Yeah,
To a
we're-
degree,
yeah.
yes. I believe so.
Yeah.
Because they don't have those avenues to express themselves anymore or anything.
And then on social media, they can pretend. They can be
Yes.
whoever
Whoever
they
they
want
wanna
to be.
be.
You're
And
right.
that can be kind of dangerous.
It's very you're right. I mean, we even as adults, you know, we don't even know how to go out anymore and approach people. You know, when you go out, if you see somebody you're interested in, we don't even know how to talk to each other like that. We're dating online and doing things of
Yeah,
that
and
nature.
texting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's-
Yeah, we
Oh
don't
my
even
goodness.
call. We don't
Right.
call each other. We text each other.
Talking with your
Well, that didn't happen with us.
We see.
That didn't happen with us. We just said, hey, that was it. No, it was a little more than that. But, you know, hope is out there, you know. So keep hope alive. A lot of kids will find each other through this book here.
Definitely.
They will find each other again.
We definitely also. So we also want to encourage everyone, with this being Black History Month, to go out, use the resources in your community, in your cities, wherever you're from, whether you're in New York, Chicago, here in Atlanta. Go to your Black History museums. Give your kids people to research, even if they don't do it at school. Give them people to research that were, you know, active in our role here in this country. What else?
Not the typical
I was gonna
list
say
of
not just the
people.
standard list of
Yes.
folks.
Can we
Yeah.
explore them to other folks other than Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, although they were
yeah.
wonderful. But there are other folks out there who have done great things for us in general.
Like Tom Joyner does a little known Black History
Black
fact
History
every
Fact,
morning.
right.
So you find out about people that
Yeah.
they're not going to mention in textbooks.
Correct.
So little things like that.
So if someone calls your number and asks, can you come out and read for, let's just say, a group of children?
Okay.
Is it as simple as just making a phone
That's
call
all you have to do.
and then making and you'll schedule, you know,
That's
one of or all three of you or one of you will come
Right.
out.
That's all you have to do is reach out to us, and we'd be more than happy. It's either one of us or the whole lot of us will go and read to the kids. 'Cause
Okay.
That's what. Go ahead.
In fact, I think we're scheduled to read at Winbrook Elementary
And that
on
was
the,
my next
on
question.
the
This
17th
month.
of this month.
That was exactly my next question. When is your next reading? That was exactly what I was going to say.
Yep. Winbrook Elementary in, I want to say it's in Stone Mountain. but we're going to be there. We'll put the information up on Facebook and Twitter.
And the website. And all
You know,
of that,
I want you to get in touch with Derek Bozeman, WAOK. We're going to have Dr. Keith Slaughter on the show on February 24th. But Derek always, he has this program, Let's Make Man, or they'll take a bunch of people out to different schools to read to the children and talk to the children. I want you guys to get in touch with them, and I'll also talk to Dr. Slaughter too to see if I can get you into some of the other schools around, you know, in
wonderful.
Yeah,
Fulton
that would
County.
be great.
Quetta, can you give our contact information yet again?
Oh,
One
we're
more
going to get
time.
that again, yeah.
One more time.
All right, so you can reach us by phone, 404-937-9991. Email e3voke@gmail.com. Website, www.3evoke.com. And Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, eBay, Barnes & Nobles, iBook.
Okay, so now we've got all the information on how to get the book. Now, are there any other activities that you guys are involved in?
Yes, on February 13th. This month is National Heart Awareness Month. And so on February 13th, we, along with other family and friends, and please come, we're going to do the Go for Red 5K. And it's awareness for heart disease. And there's actually a page where we're doing some fundraising, and it's called Carol's Heart.
Okay.
And you can go to goforred.com.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's get the information and make a donation, because, you know, we definitely need to make sure we keep ourselves healthy, keep these hearts pumping.
Okay.
Research and a cure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well,
Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
the clock on the wall says it's time to go.
Thank
We
you so
enjoyed speaking with all three of you.
much.
The women of
enjoyed being here.
3Evoke.
Yes, great
3Evoke.
conversation.
Come back.
Great book.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Buy the book, everybody. Buy the book.
Please.
You know how to get it.
Yes.
Let us know. Purchase, buy, and
I'm
we'll
getting
come for readings.
I'm getting my copy today, so hey.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you again,
Thank
ladies.
you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This has been another great evening with At Home
with AJ, where vision
and reality
come together.
together.
Good night, everybody.
Everybody.
See you next time.
See you soon.